Hello, good morning, everybody. If you are in Dubai, this is Shambhavi, and I'm starting a new series today called An Ode to ABoDE. And what are we doing here is understanding, analyzing boundaries of diversity equity. It was exactly a year back when I started these conversations with a specific group of people, and which was facilitated much by now I can call her my good friend, Nisha. And the premise that we were working on was what are I and you doing about inclusion, which I had started much earlier, the conversations on this. What we did last year was hashtag not just another day. And autism or anything that we are marking, saluting, I can't really say celebrating, but saying yes, acknowledging it, it's not just one day. And today I was reading something on LinkedIn where somebody has posted that in many countries, including India, once a child turns 80, they are just treated as normal. Whether they are autistic or not, that doesn't make any difference. So, what is it which will make us understand that inclusion means for everyone being in society? Why does this have to be a separate category? Let us take a look at it and let us invite Nisha here to speak to us today. Good morning, Nisha. Thank you so much. You're the founder of Byte Inclusive Affairs. When we spoke last year, Byte was just a dream, which was a bit away. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you have done in the year. And for our new audience who are going to listen to us the first time or who are going to listen to it later, please tell us a little bit about your journey.
Thank you, Dr. Shambhavi, for having me over. It's such a pleasure to have be in this live session with you. We look so much forward to, have parents waiting to, share their journey. And thank you for providing this platform to us. I'm a mother of a 21 years old Down syndrome daughter who's Anushka Tandon. We relocated to Dubai in 10 years back just for giving her an opportunity to explore what she's good at. We were in Mumbai before that, and fortunately Dubai has played a major role in establishing her here very well, and with God's grace she's doing well at even in the center that she attends, Al Noor. Well, yes, Bite is my baby, which is like 9 months old, and I'm so proud, such a proud owner of Bite. And I fortunately found a lot of support from parents. Individually, parents are doing a lot for their children, but there was no community that could bind them together. So I think at Bite, we are just, doing just that.
Wonderful. And as you said, UAE, Dubai has been very, very proactive in identifying, including saying people of determination. And people may say, what's in a name? It is, there is, because that's how you feel motivated, inspired, and you realize that there is nothing, this about you. There's no, the word this kind of becomes a little negative, whereas here everything is enabling
Yes,
people.
absolutely.
And yes, and so all those who are watching us live, and I can see there are a lot of, I don't know, parents or facilitators or whoever, but the community which you've created and the communities who are interested in this are online. Please feel free to post comments, queries here, and help us continue this conversation further. Before we move on, I want to say the original banner had Vishaka, who's a dance teacher and who specializes in teaching children of determination. She, for personal reasons, is not able to be here. So, Vishaka, we definitely owe you one session and one talk, which we will have with you once you're back. Hope all is well with you till then. Nisha, let us now look at the fact that we're talking about Dubai, and you said you moved in here. Al Noor. So there are two, three things that we want to talk about. But let us start with Byte. When last year when we spoke, you were still looking for something and you were still wondering what to do. And yes, one of the motivators is always when your child is in that premise and needs that help. So providing that kind of support so that then others also benefit. Tell us a little bit about the beginning of Byte. What do you do on a regular basis? And what is the community all about?
Yes. So I would just like to share that BYTE stands for, if anybody has read about it, it's BYT in capital and there's a small e. Well, BYTE means build your tribe. I always believe that, this people of determination is our tribe. And I would like to, I think basically include everyone, irrespective of the child with any kind of diagnosis or on whichever spectrum the child is. So the whole thing idea was to give a social platform to the people of determination. See, therapies, education, all that is taken care of by the parents. But what is there life beyond that? For me, it was very important to get them together to make it a happier community. So, and the tagline that we have for BYTE is inclusive affairs. So we conduct activities where they are included, they are a part of the community, and that is how I think that is what they need actually. More than anything else, socially they need to be included. So when we talk about inclusion, it's just not laid merely on paper or in talks or panel discussions. It has to become a part of our system. So BYTE is just, we just started. The journey has just started, but I'm so fortunate. We have over 200 parents in our community with the people of determination of all age groups. So it's from basically from 6 plus till 30 plus. Like we have in all age groups. We try to do activities even age wise, field trips, outdoor activities, fun activities. So just giving them a social exposure more.
That's really amazing because I mean, as a person who was 22 years old, who came into this country 35 years back, there were no friends, no fraternity, nobody who you knew. And that itself was a lonely little space. And then now you having been here and then having parents who come in here or who have children who are born here and then they realize that they need more help, more support. Family is not always available. So I think what you're doing is that family, the tribe that you're building is really something which people can look forward to and seek help from. Asking is a big thing. People have to know how to ask. We have Mohana here, Mohana Kilkar. Thank you so much, Mohana, for being here. Great conversation, Shambhavi. Yes, thank you. And I'll thank Nisha for that. And this set of conversations which we are going to have again came about because of since last year when I reached out to Nisha, I said, what do we do? Last year we did an only audio platform. What should we do this year? And we decided that it should be video, and we should which we believe now is the trend, and more people are able to see us, more people are able to understand us. And like I said, when you have a visual impact, then definitely that carries, and it remains in the mind a little bit more. As a person who now is the owner of BYTE, tell me, what are the kind of challenges that you face on a which you faced when you started, right? Like the licensing part, or what part of it? How did you go about it? What kind of support did you get? Was it easy to get information? Tell us a little bit about that. And I'm not saying that everybody is going to start their own, but at least they understand how much efforts you have put in.
Yes. So this was, I think, we conceived this in May when we were, when we were in the US with my daughter. Just like I told her, I want to do something, like not be a part of the, routine. I just want to do something different. So that is how when the entire family was together, keeping Anushka in mind, definitely, because she's 21. So what kind of things that she would enjoy, so that is from where we started. And then when we came back to Dubai, we had this, brainstorming about the name. We thought of many names, but somehow when I said BYTE, it means a lot of things. A bite of a thing, BITE. A byte, it's a digital. I mean, we all know technically, like it's there everywhere. And my daughter is from hardware engineering, so she also said that it sounds very good. And taking a bite from parents when you take small snippets, so it had a lot of meaning. So we just stuck. Like we had 100 names, but I somehow that bite stuck to me. It's my tribe. I'm building my tribe. So when we came back to Dubai, we approached the DED. There's a DED cafe in Jumeirah. We went all blank. We did not know what to expect. We were guided there thanks to a dear friend of mine, Aisha. She told me, like, just go and approach them and talk to them. So when Sushil and I reached there, when we spoke to the officials, they were so forthcoming. You'll not believe, I think in 45 minutes, we had a license in hand. So, it could not, we did not take any documents. We did not take anything. We just took a Emirates ID. So this is how the government has been able to support. And we've got this, the intentions were right, I think. So when we
That's
approach them, yes, when they asked us exactly what you want to do, so actually the term inclusive came from there. You see, instead of talking about people of determination, why don't you make it an inclusive? And then inclusive affairs was thanks to Sushil. So
mm,
yeah, that is how, I mean, every day we are learning, Shambhavi. It is not easy. There are challenges when we organize an event or a get together. We have parents who cannot participate because of various reasons, so sometimes it backfires, but that is how life is. So but thanks to our
yes,
parents support and bite, they are amazing parents. I mean,
yeah.
kudos to them that they have shown their faith in me.
Yeah, and they are many of them are watching online as well because I can see the numbers out here, people who are watching us. And thank you so much because, like we say in Hindi, "Aap ho to hum hai." If you're there, we are there because of that. So that
Yes.
is exactly why. And this whole conversation is the empowering part of it, to know that you're making an impact. And I hope that this reaches more people. And at this point, I also want to really thank the government here in UAE, which is so supportive and helpful. And Dubai has taken this upon itself to be inclusive at various factors. And one thing normally, otherwise, what would happen is that other the people who are in the inclusion, they have to learn how to adjust to other people,
True.
and instead of all the other people trying to make them come into it. So whether it's a classroom or whether it's a get together, it's a social friends get together, a party, isn't it so much easier to just have one person blend and with everyone with so much support rather than expect that person to be adjusting to all the others? So the adjustment, the training, the mentoring, and the mindset has to change from every home, every person. And
We
I
are
think
making
you're doing a
efforts.
great
Yeah,
job.
we are
Yeah.
reaching out. We need you. Like, I don't have any apprehensions in asking for help. I think because I need you. The moment you collaborate, Dr. Shambhavi, I have seen we have done better things, because we've had the community believe in us, what we are doing. They're watching us. Social media is such a strong platform. They watch what we are doing, so when they
Yes.
start believing in you, they also start supporting you, and that has really helped.
Absolutely. And I think that is really such an important thing, that credibility which you establish comes over a period of time. It's
True.
not just suddenly. So you've been doing all these things, Nisha, and then now this is what, and we have here Gitiksha Tandon. So thank you for this. Nisha's daughter here, mom's passion drove all this effort. She makes it sound easy, incredibly involved, connecting with right people in research. I'm so grateful you've joined us here, Gitiksha. Thank you so much. And yes, your mom is an amazing woman. And maybe before we went on, I had asked her to talk about a little bit about her book and maybe even read something for us. Do you have it handy
I
or?
have it here, but I have to go off screen. I just kept it here. I'm so sorry about this.
No,
It
no,
just,
not at all.
we
Yeah,
could read
please,
the
please do.
audience's,
Yeah, just go
yeah,
and come back. Yeah,
sorry.
go and come back. It's okay. So, for those of you who are wondering what are we doing here, this is a conversation which we are having where we are trying to analyze boundaries, assess boundaries on diversity equity. What does diversity equity actually mean to each and every person? It's not just physical. It's not just mental. It's not just being a part of a something which is different. Everybody is in this together. And one very important thing, it's not just one day. So please, whenever there are these occasions, what kind of support, ask people, how can I support you, what can I do for you? And maybe they will have, it could be something small like a trip to the supermarket, it could be a trip to the hospital, it could be just picking up somebody, dropping somebody, airport, anything which you can adjust. I think we should. And why not? Isn't it our world? Then when we are living in this, we definitely have to have everyone on board. How can we move forward without other people's support? And Nisha is back here. In the meantime, let me address this. My support comes from Sita Lakshmi, my sister. What an inspiring session. Can you feel your enthusiasm, positivity? Thank you so much, Sita, for being here and encouraging us. And like family, friends, like I said just now, we need everybody. And Nisha, are you ready now? First, tell us a little bit about how the making of the book, and then a little bit we'll come to the. Please.
For sure. Thank you so much. See, very frankly, for last 3 years, there's an initiative by Asian Literary Society, which is in India, based in India. I have been writing columns for them, covering the people of determination. So we've covered stories, we've covered, some issues that the parents go through. We've covered people who have had the initiative, startups. and everything. Now, sorry, you can see me?
Yeah, I can. So it's okay.
Yes.
You were frozen for a minute. Yes.
So that book was called Sphere Magazine. It's
Mm.
a digital book. Then we just thought that like this is a good idea to compile things and get it into the form of a book. And the book that we print that we wrote, Vandana Bhasin and myself, is called Wings of Hope. It's all about stories about people of determination, and we tried to segregate them in under different headings: developmental modalities, expert opinion, caregivers views, and initiatives taken for people of determination, and some poetries also. So this is the book all about. And
I've just highlighted you, and I'm hoping that you're going to read something. In the meantime, let's just quickly, Purnima Rahul, thank you so much, Purnima. This is amazing conversation. Thanks, Dr. Shambhavi. It's thanks to Nisha that we are here actually, but I accept your acknowledgement. And then we also have Gitaksha saying, what does diversity, equity, inclusion mean to you? What drove you to talk about this, Doctor? I'll just come back to you answering this question after your mom has finished reading her part. Please go ahead, Nisha.
Yeah, so in Byte, we also encourage people of determination who have, who are entrepreneurs. They've started something about their own brands. So we try to encourage them by, taking their stuff for giving away, for if we have some gifts to give away. So one of the stories that really, impressed me was Chinmay Nair. I think the entire Dubai knows him, and his initiative is called Chinu's Trub. So when I was writing about him, a lot of conversation his mother Preeta and I had, and then this is what we covered about him, and it is called Building a Brand. So this is very close to me because I've seen Chinmay grow, in front of me. So I'll just read a couple of lines. I
Please,
am no
please.
bird. Yeah, I am no bird and no net and scares me. I am a free human being with an independent will, by Charlotte Bontic. So when I was writing this, a lot of discussions happened. This is a quote that defines Chinmay Nair, a 14-year-old budding entrepreneur born in California, USA. Everything seemed perfect in his early years till he was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. Shaken by this revelation, his mother Preeta took a break in her career, which I think most of us moms did. She took a break in her career to look after him. It was difficult for the parents to come to terms with the diagnosis, but they were fortunate to have found support from the people for the people in initial years. So, like every story that I have covered is approximately 600 to 700 words, because we want to keep it concise. So, I would just like to also just read the ending of this article. Chinmay is currently following Azdan curriculum in the special school he attends in Dubai. Azdan is a UK-based curriculum designed for all kinds of learners for building functional life skills. His parents are confident this will definitely help Chinmay in his journey towards independence. They see a ray of hope after every storm that shakes their paradise. So something like this, and whenever I write any article, it gives me goosebumps because each story is so different. We are
Yes.
in a similar situation, but every story is different, a unique story.
Absolutely. Everybody's story is always unique, and this makes it more unique that you're able to share it and people can get inspired, can understand, and work in that premise and find any kind of, how what they can do, how they can support. And there is Chirag here. Chirag Dave is waving out. Thank you so much for that wave and wave back at you. Yes. So coming back to Gitaksha's question, uh, and why I started these conversations. Sometimes you don't know. What I know that I am good at doing is conducting conversations. And it was 2022, I think, when I realized that I wanted to talk about inclusion. So initial one or two sessions, I was talking on an audio platform called Mensa, and I believe that audio, gives more freedom, more liberating. You can't see, so people are able to share more.
Hmm.
And these conversations, I initially 2 3 sessions I had by myself, and usually in those sessions people would join us, they would talk, they would share. And then sometime around February I realized in 2022 that I cannot do this alone. And slowly I started looking around me and seeing people who were my friends, either who were by themselves, who had children, or who themselves were part of it. And when I said inclusion, it meant everybody. So I had a infertility specialist come and talk about it. I had a group of girls who've created this. For visually impaired people, they've created a device which helps people in a chemistry lab. So there was actually no stopping my conversations at any particular point. And then 24, when I spoke to the group TTE, the group which is our Krishna Kumar's group with Gayatri and Nisha and everybody came in, the Bodhi tree, and then we started this whole conversation. And those 18 days, every day, 10 o'clock, we were talking. And everybody was surprised. Everybody was very happy because suddenly people had an opportunity to talk. And all I
Yes.
did was just act as an instrument. And my father often says, man is an instrument of God. And I think I'm just blessed to be able to connect to people, get them to talk, get them to share with them, and provide a platform which doesn't actually cost me much, in that sense that, that I'm not looking at gaining anything from this than just being a channel for is what I would say. And we have Sushil here. Sushil, are you ready? Should I add you to the stage now? All right. Thank you so much.
I'm
I
sorry.
much appreciate.
It's a word.
So, Nisha, you should introduce Sushil. I mean, you know him better.
No, so for everybody who's watching and those who don't know him, Sushil Tandon, father of Anushka Tandon, and my husband, married for over 30 years now.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we are very fortunate to have two daughters, and Sushil has played a hands, like I think I told you earlier, he played an hands-on dad. He's there for them, with them, for everything. So I think decision making that happens in the house is all like, maybe I trigger of the decision, and then the final decision taking is done by him because he's the finance minister in the house. But he's been the most supportive father, the most supportive husband. So over to you, Dr. Shambhavi, and to Sushil.
Yeah. So, Sushil,
All
I
I
know
can
that
say, yes,
yeah,
please,
last year I know.
Dr.
I know you have an amazing wife. That's all you wanted to say. But
Yes, yes.
and your daughters are amazing too. We have Gitaksha here, and I've
Yes.
met Anushka, so
Thank
they
you.
are amazing too. And what you're doing is wonderful work. And I know the stupendous amount of
Thank
efforts
you.
that one has to put in. And as a refresher to people who don't know you or who are going to watch this later, I would love for you to talk a little bit about your background and the fact that why you are able to do this, what helps you empower people. I would love to have a little bit of that information from you today. Please go ahead.
Okay. Uh,
Please.
Very quickly, I would just say coming from a very humble background, it was a dream to be a hotelier and to be a general manager. So I'm basically a hotelier. Worked with the Taj group of hotels, and for about 25 years. So the Tata's value system is something which I think it got into my nervous system very strongly. So all we were taught is that, give it back to the society whenever you can. And then all this got accelerated once we had Anushka in our family. So my elder daughter was, of course, born after 7 years. So that was something which was of a great gratitude that I had to reflect. And then when Anushka came, the whole perspective changed. And I think it's thanks to Nisha that, we both were on the same wavelength that let's take it and let's make it because we've been given this opportunity and we are blessed. So that's the side that we started thinking and we moved ahead. And yeah, we were advised that we should come to Dubai. Al Noor Center is one of the best centers around and could make a real big difference to Anushka's life. And we all agreed. The elder daughter also got benefited in the deal. So we came and then basically I got into another company at Dubai airport for 7 years. Then COVID came, taught another lesson. But while all this was happening up and down, we could see the changes in Anushka, and she was kind of improving, or she was becoming more and more independent. We could see the differences and the growth almost on a daily basis, and that's what kept us going and very happy that we were seeing these changes and things were falling in place. Whatever we anticipated, whatever we aimed for was all falling in place. little bit of up and down in terms of job loss, and things happened during COVID. But then I think having a firm belief and never giving up attitude. So it's especially from Nisha's side also, who's a very determined lady. And so Anushka's growth is something which keeps motivating me. But at the same time, it reminds me all the time that there are many other people who may not be so fortunate, or maybe who need a little bit more of push. So that's where we took the initiative, and Nisha basically said she took upon herself to drive a change, build a community, and try to see whatever help we could, in the sense, extend, or whatever support we could extend to somebody who may require it, may need it. And that's how we went out in the open and let's say, guys, let's see. I mean, we are no less. So I think motivating, positivity, all this is driven together. And we've been very fortunate to have a lot of good people in our lives, so far. And that's how I would say it's just a matter of looking whether the half glass filled with water is half full or half empty. So I think we've always looked at
Wonderful.
it as half full, and God keeps dropping more and more drops into it, so it keeps kind of getting more and more filled. So I think it's a good thing. Of course, there's a struggle at the back, but then who doesn't? At every stage, every life is a challenge on its own. But I think we take it in the positive stride, and we are very happy to be here. And I think coming to
So,
shifting to Dubai
yes, so
played a
I'm
very
going to
important role.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you a few questions, but before that, I need to quickly
Yeah.
acknowledge Sumitra Vedura. Thank you so much for being here. And Gitak says that that's incredibly insightful. Thank you for sharing. These are crucial concepts. We're glad you've been able to pioneer this. Thank you. And I hope to have a sibling conversation with you one of the times when possible. Rosaline says, congratulations, gratitude, Dr. Shamnish. We need voice, respectful and welcoming look of inclusion. Um, so thank you so much, everybody who's watching this here. And please continue to post your comments now, later, because we can see them and we can acknowledge them later as well. So Sushil and Nisha, whoever wants, if you were looking at this question, first question is that, so now it's a DD license and you've bootstrapped. Basically, you paid money for yourself and whatever activities. What about those people, have you thought about it, that would you like to treat it like a startup and ask for help from people? And what is your worry at that time? If, how ready are you to share this idea or give into equity to somebody else?
Sushil, would you like to answer that?
Uh, yeah, surely. See, this is a very small step we took because, operating through the WhatsApp groups, reaching out to people, generally calling up and all that, we thought, okay, we'll at least do it in a little formal way. And we were fortunate that Dubai does offer something like a small license where, you can register yourself and you can do a kind of a social marketing on this. So this bite which came about, Build Your Tribe, we took a license. It's a very ordinary, simple social this thing license by the, and we took
Yeah,
away that also. But uh,
I'm
so
sorry,
this
Nisha.
license,
Nisha updated us about the license, but that's what I'm just saying. That
okay.
if you want to scale it bigger, take it bigger, what would you be? Have you thought about it? That
No,
what is the
frankly,
adjustments?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
frankly,
yeah,
Dr. Shambhavi, we don't want to see you. You don't want to make it. The next level is having an NGO. Frankly, we
yeah.
don't want to get there because things are very complicated here. If you
Right.
just really want to start, there's a huge investment that is needed. Then you would want to partner, like you said, share your equity. I think it is like my baby. I don't want to. Frankly, you know, people can be collaborate and come together. Like I would like to just mention two people who've been very very supportive. One mentioned, like Aisha was there. Then Indian Women in Dubai has been a great support.
Yes.
Whenever I have needed support, not financially, because financially it has to self-sustain, whatever we just initiatives we take. But yes, Women in Dubai, Rima Mahajan has been a great support. Anything that I believe in and I want to do, we just ask her, and her tribe is there, to support us. So I think reaching out to people, collaborating, then you don't need actually financial assistance, because I think that is where things get spoiled. When you start investing too much into, that is my personal belief actually.
That's what I'm saying, because when it's a baby, you don't know whether you want to share it, how much will be taken over. And Reema, of course, I know has been a great support to the Indian women community, and so there's a
Yes.
big shout out to her. Thank you so much, Reema, for doing what you do. And again, Aisha also does amazing things, and we've spoken before, so I know. And it's great that you're able to fall back upon them, and they are able to come and tell you that this can be done, and there's a kind of a collaborative effort which goes on. And actually, my next
Yes.
question after asking you about the money part would have been this, that if you had to replicate this model, which place would you choose in the world to replicate a similar model? Or are there other models which are already existing in other parts which you take inspiration from?
I think it would be in Mumbai because that is where Anushka has been raised, and I'm sure of getting support there as well, because she was there in initial 5-6 years of her education she did there, and the school she went to, SPJ Sadhana, the principal is her first teacher, Anushka's first teacher. So we are in touch, and she says whenever you are in Mumbai, like we have you on board and you have us on board. So even there, the collaboration is already there without actually any commitment right now. So I'm sure if we have to go back some point in time, maybe it is Mumbai.
So I'll just share these comments quickly. Doa Jabir Nisha write about social media. I've known about you since a long time because of social media and community support. Thank you, Doa. She herself is an expert in social media and with her e-boutique. So thank you, Doa, for being here and taking the time to comment. Umesh ji says, Holy bring you abundance of colors, laughter, and love. Let the vibrant hues of festival paint your life with happiness and prosperity. May each splash of color fill your heart with joy in each moment. Thank you so much for these wonderful comments that you've shared, Umesh, Gangadhar, and family. And yes, when we started this, I don't think we realized that today was Holi, a day of colors, a
Yes,
day of
actually.
acceptance, and
Yes.
and the
Yeah.
various hues that we are going to be dealing with in our future conversations. And thank you very much for today. And anything which you would like to share before we wrap up our conversation today, including a call out to your tribe. Sushil, would you like to say something before you wrap up? And then I'll come to Nisha.
No, I would just like to basically compliments of the season. A very happy Holi to everybody, and thank you very much, Doctor, for giving us this opportunity. And just going back one last conversation about scaling up. See, we are doing our best to a lot of effort goes in from Nisha, and so is the best. But in order to really make a large difference to much larger communities, at some point in time, if we need to take certain steps, we would definitely go ahead, provided we are ready for it. But at the moment, we are kind of following what falls on our way. We whatever we can at the moment do. But we would definitely, if some point in time, a year, few years from now, if we are able to make a larger difference, we can do larger, events and make a much larger difference to much larger community. I think we would love to go ahead with that.
Yeah,
And
that's the
let's
whole
see.
point,
Yeah.
from your
Yes.
mouth to God's ears, and to ears of some
Yes.
investors also who are looking at doing something purposeful in life. So definitely, and
Yeah.
you were not here last year. From now, in this 9 months, 1 year, you've got bite, and let's see what else are we ready to bite by
So,
then. So,
yes.
Nisha, how
That's
about
it.
you? Would you like to say something? And wait, we have some more comments here. Nisha and Special Mother, proud of her being us POD parents. Thank you so much, Purnima. And I know exactly how you feel because she has a lot of appreciation and goodwill from everyone. Jyoti says, thank you so much for the wonderful conversation. That's great. Do you want me to excuse you? So I've excused
That
Sushil
is
sir
better.
just
Yes.
now because I know he's in the office. Nisha, we are almost 33 minutes into our conversation. Please go ahead and say what you would like to uh, share with your audience and your call to action to people, please.
So for me, only acceptance, and then the moment you accept the situation you are in, and don't hesitate to seek help. That's the second thing. And third thing, whenever there's an initiative, it is just have to believe in the fact that is for the benefit of your child, and you have to let go, because now what we are dealing with is children above the age of 14. So I have seen parents sticking on and safeguarding the interest of the child or protecting the child. Please let them go. The moment you let them go and hand him or her over to somebody you can trust, you will see the leaps and bounds of how they'll fly. They'll get wings to fly, so they'll benefit out of it. And all the parents who are watching this, please come forward, share your journey, and Dr. Shambhavi is going to make it so smooth. I mean, there are no questions that are shared, but you made it such a smooth talk, and let us be ourselves. So that is
I,
really important.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Isha. And I think, yes, that is to let people be themselves, let talk what they want to. And that is the ode. When I was thinking about what name should I give it, it came from an ode. Anything that you say, anything that you write, anything that you think is an ode, as a dedication to this whole premise of the analyzing boundaries, assessing boundaries of diversity and equity. And I'm going to take this last, as alone can go faster, together go far. Thank you very much for holding hands and making hearts. Thank you so much. And for today, it's bye bye from Nisha and me. Bye. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great day, everybody, and continue the comments, and we'll respond to you in